everyone, this is Tebogo Makwani. Welcome to Moments of Reflection with Ms. T. Thank you very much to everyone who's been watching the last episode. This is the third episode. But before we get into everything, remember guys, your sanitizer. This is very important. Always sanitize or wash your hands, and whenever you get out of the house, please remember to use your mask as the president and the Department of Health has advised. So today we're doing it differently. This is part one of the topic gender-based violence. We know that everywhere on social media, on our TVs, on newspapers, everyone is talking about it, the killing of our women and gender-based violence, as broad as it is. So today I'm doing this quarantine style, but I have a guest at my house. Remember, we said Moments of Reflection is all about being at home and doing this on the lockdown days. So today I have someone with me. This is part one, and I'm just going to introduce you to the lovely, oh wow guys, I don't even know where to start when I talk about this young woman. She inspires me so much. She is a talent. You know, I can't even box her into one thing. She's a rapper, she's a songwriter, she's a poet, she's a presenter. I'm with my girl Lelo K Precious. Oh guys, so I'm just here with Lelo and we're going to talk about gender-based violence. So Lelo, welcome to my show.
Thank you for inviting me to your show. It's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Yes, I'm so happy to have you here, and thank you for accepting our invite at MCI TV, Moments of Reflection with Ms. T. So with this topic, gender-based violence, before we get into it, I just want you to introduce yourself to our viewers. Who's Lelo K Precious? What is she about? And yeah, in your own words.
Okay. Wow. I'm usually the one asking this question, and I never thought it was so difficult to answer it. Okay, well, I'm Lelo K Precious, born as Mpumelelo Kaludi.
Okay.
Born and raised in Eastern Cape, Nsondia Teta. Basically, I am a presenter, an MC, an artist, a poet, a writer, a YouTuber. I do many things, but everything that I do has been inspired by the things that I've been through. Which have to do with gender-based violence. I've been violated as well by a couple of men in my life, and that is what I'm here to talk about today. I actually run NGO, Single Moms Advocate. Our objective basically is to help young women and old women who are single mothers, because it's actually so difficult being a single mother. I am a single mother myself. And my mother is a single mother herself, you know. And we want to help those women remember who they were before they became single mothers. Not only single mothers, but also women who have been violated, who have been raped, who have been abused. We want to remind them who they were, their dreams before they were violated, you know, before everything just revolved around their bad experiences. So that's what I'm about. I'm about saving the world.
Sure. You've said a mouthful.
Yeah.
And I just want to go back to the whole NGO, about your NGO. How did it come about? You've just you I want you to go to the, like, what really inspired you to go deeper with it, like, because as you said, that everything that you're doing is inspired by what you've been through.
Yeah.
And that's something that I relate to you in that sense, that whatever that I'm doing now is based on what I've been through. Like the Young Women's Camp that we went to was based on my life. So the topics there was everything that I've been through or everything that affects me. So with you, with the NGO, what pushed you into saying, because I went through these things, I want to start such a thing? Why the NGO route?
Okay, as I said, I was raised by a single mother. My grandmother was also a single mother. I was like, okay, I saw the struggles of a single mother. I saw the struggles. I saw how young girls were left by the fathers of their children and how difficult it was for them as teenagers to balance school and balance a home and a child, and having to provide for the child, because obviously grant money is not enough.
Yeah.
Going to starting with prostitution, selling drugs, being pimped, and I would see those things happening. So I was like, I need to help them. I need to help me. I need to help my women. When I help my women, I help myself, because that makes me feel better. That makes me feel like as women, we are in a better place, you know, and that includes myself. I feel like it's important for us women to uplift each other instead of judging each other, instead of judging a prostitute, instead of judging a girl who is selling drugs, instead of doing all of that. Why not help that person and remind them who they are and what they're about? Because at some point I also had to be reminded of who I was when I went through, I mean, when I started Single Moms, I was just going through abuse at the time.
Okay.
I didn't even want to add it, but my mom was like, no, why are you not talking about gender-based violence? Why are you talking about everything else but that? She didn't know that it was so uncomfortable for me to talk about that. I couldn't help anyone because I also needed help myself. So I was much more focused on single mothers and all of that, but gender-based violence was always there, you know. So we started helping wherever we could, you know, talking to women, having talks and stuff like that. Those are the things that we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what you're saying, because I always tell people when I'm ministering that God takes you to test, and your test has to become testimonies. I always tell people that you can't take someone where you have never been. And as I'm listening to you, I get that the background of the Single Moms Club, that organization is that thing of, I've seen it happen in my family, and I want to put an end to it. I want to be the one who reaches out to other women and say, you know what, I've been there, and this is how I've overcome it, and this is how you can do it as well, which is really inspiring. And I really believe that in today's generation, a lot of people need that, because there's a lot of single mothers. We know that we're living in a generation where men think that it's okay to just impregnate a girl and then just leave, you know. And people are even glorifying that we know that your firstborn doesn't have a father. Like, that's a norm in our society,
and they say men will be men.
Yeah, like, we just have to accept it.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that we always have to talk about. But I want us to also go into the gender-based violence side. Like you said, that you were never comfortable with talking about that in your organization as yet. But then what led you into saying, okay, now I'm ready to speak out?
Okay. At first I was comfortable with talking about rape and talking about my mother didn't even know that I was raped. Like, she didn't know. But I was comfortable talking about it because I dealt with it, and I was done with that. I was done with the fact that I've been raped before, and that's how I lost my virginity. And yeah, I dealt with it on my own. I literally never dealt with it with anybody else. It was a me thing. I dealt with it. It happened to me, and after it happened, I dealt with it. It was done. Ne? And then as I started Single Moms Advocate, I was with someone, and this person was abusive so much. He would beat me, he would throw me from that wall to the other, and he would say some hurtful things. He actually abused me in any way you could possibly think of, verbally, emotionally, mentally, physically, I mean, financially. He abused me in every way. So it was so uncomfortable for me to talk about that, because my mother actually told me that, you know, this boy is bad news. I've heard that this boy is bad news. Stay away from this boy. Don't say I didn't tell you, okay? Okay, I told you so. I didn't want that. I didn't want to hear that I told you so. I was scared of proving my mother right, to a point where I felt like I need to make that work. I needed to make that relationship work, because I've never introduced anyone to my mother. So I was like, okay, that's the first person, so it has to work. And when I introduced him, I was sure that it was going to work out, so it has to work out. So I would stay for that, and everything that he did, I would like brush it at the back of my head. What I wanted to do was save him, because okay, let me tell you about this person. You know, usually they say men usually say they learned bad behavior from home, their fathers, and their fathers used to abuse their mothers or their grandmothers, that type of thing. That was how that's what he said to me. He would tell me about his family and how he grew up, and he would want me to feel sorry for him.
Okay.
You know, he would tell me how his mother ended up prostituting, selling drugs, and being pimped out and whatnot, and you know, and me being Ulelo, I felt sorry for him. I felt that like it was so unfair that he grew up in an environment like that, and he grew up to be the person that he was, who just thought that, who didn't have that love from a mother, who didn't have that love from his family, right? So he used that to get to me. So when he did those things to me, I would make an excuse for him in my head that, okay, Konje, this person is grew up seeing this, so to him it's a norm, you know, it's normal for him, so that means I have to change him. At some point I told his grandmother, and you know what his grandmother said? He said, pray for him, and you know, he'll be fine, and don't give up on him. But he kept on beating me. He didn't say I will talk to him and tell him to stop beating me. She said to me, you need to,
it was on you.
It was on me. It was all on me. So I felt like it was my responsibility to change him. That is like the biggest mistake that we women make. We try to change these men, you know, and it doesn't always work. We try everything in our power, really. And I tried. He didn't change. He kept promising me that he was going to change. Instead, everything just got worse from there. That's literally how it happened. And at that time, I'm busy with Single Moms Advocate. I'm trying to, you know, I'm busy with that because it bothered me so much that I could see what happened in my family and what's happening around the world. And at the same time, this is what I was going through. And I felt like I cannot be dealing with this right now. I need to deal with this on my own. The same way I dealt with the rape, I can deal with this on my own. But I wanted to be there for other people, but I couldn't be there for myself.
Sure. I think that's one mistake, as you say, that we women do, and most people in general do, that when you find a partner that comes from a broken family, you assume that it's your responsibility to fix them.
Yeah.
I heard people saying, for me, it's because of my healing, spiritual gifting of healing, that I will always attract broken people because I have that element in me that I want to be a healer. But then the problem about such people that are like us is that you attract broken people and you always want to heal others, but there's no one there to heal you. So I want to know that after like going through the abuse and experiencing everything, him giving you a child and living and all those things, I want to know that how did you deal with it besides just you being alone, because I know that you went through counseling, but tell me the effects of trying to be a savior, because there's always other things that you go through. I want us, like, if you're comfortable with going there, share about it led you into doing what are the other things besides the abuse that you went through and it changed you as a person, and how did you then find help?
You know, okay, Miss T. When he was abusing me, there were things that he would say to me. As I said, he was also abusive verbally. He would tell me things like, I'm ugly, I'm too black, my butt is getting flatter, I'm losing weight, I look disgusting now because I've lost weight because of him, because he's stressing me out. I've lost weight, I'm no longer that girl now. My self-esteem was so low. At some point, it was so hard to even look at myself in the mirror because I would feel ugly. I started believing the things he would say to me because when you love someone so much, you believe most of the things that they say, and it's someone that you trusted so much. The first 3 months of a relationship with someone who's abusive are the best months. He treats you like an egg. He would tell me how beautiful I am each and every single day. I don't know how many times a day he would tell me that. But after that time, like, he made me get used to this person, this loving person, this loving person, and I was like, okay, this is the person, this is the one, yes. And then 3 months later, he's telling me how ugly I am, and I started believing it. I was like, I would look at myself and I'm like, okay, I'm changing, my face is changing, I've become darker, I'm like this now. I would worry about my hair, I would worry. He got into my head so much. I lost my self-esteem completely. And then when I was pregnant, I used to work in a club in Hills, 6 to 6. And he would come at the club and just check if I wasn't misbehaving and leave. And when I go back home, I need to make sure that I go with food and drugs. He did drugs. And I get him some drugs and whatnot. Okay, so basically I was providing for him. At the club, men would tell me how pretty I am. I wanted to serve men most of the time because I knew I was going to hear that you are beautiful. I knew I was going to hear that you are sexy. I knew I was going to hear that. That is what I wanted to hear so much, to a point where all my clients were men. Because I wanted those compliments that I didn't get from him. I was trying to get something positive. I was trying to not stress myself for the baby because now my mind is all over the place. I feel ugly. Where's Kengogo? I'm pregnant, Sana. The bump is there, like, hello, I'm here. And I feel like my butt is really getting flatter. I feel like I'm really ugly right now because my nose is bigger. I couldn't stand it. And at some point I left. I left him, and best decision of my life. It took 1 year, 8 months for me to leave. And when I got home, my mom and my dad would go to work and I'd be left alone in the house. I would cry. I would hallucinate. I would see him when he's not there. When I look at a wall, I would feel like I would see myself and it wasn't happening. I was just hallucinating. It's things that I saw in my head. Everything would play in my head. The trauma now is actually kicking in. And I'm pregnant. I'm still pregnant. I'm stressing out. I'm worried about the baby. I'm worried what kind of father my child is gonna have. But I was like, you know what, girl, you need to pick yourself up. Because at the end of the day, there's no one who's gonna pick you up. You gotta pick yourself up. Okay? That's what I believed in. I thought there was no one who's gonna pick me up. Actually, there were people who could pick me up. But I believed in myself. Yes. And I just wanted to do, as usual, I wanted to do it myself. I would look at myself in the mirror. I started looking at myself in the mirror. I started looking pretty. I would dress up. Dress up just to bake. Dress up just to bake. I would check on Google how to boost your self-esteem. I tried so many things. Make sure that my hair always looks good. I tried to smell good, take pictures, go out to the shops and hear compliments. People will compliment me, oh, pregnancy looks good on you, and that helped me. That helped me boost my self-esteem up again, and I felt like I was beautiful again, and the counseling only came like after I had a child. I didn't even go for that. I went because I had issues at home. And at home they kept on telling me that my personality has changed so much. And I was going through postpartum depression. I didn't like my son at all. I didn't. When he came out, I saw this big nose and I was like, this child looks like that man. Why would this child look like that man? He didn't even come to hospital to check up on him. He didn't. And I'm like, why would you look like him? I was angry at him. And he's so innocent. He doesn't know anything. And I was angry, like, why does this child look like... And they saw it. They were like, there's something wrong with you. Why are you neglecting your child so much? I would breastfeed him and everything. spend time with him, but I didn't show him as much affection as I was supposed to. Oh well, yes, that I was supposed to. So my mother was like, there's something wrong with you. You need to go get checked up. And I went to see a psychologist, and I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and I had to go through the whole process of healing and falling in love with my child and understanding that he's just a child.
And he had nothing to do with what the father did. Wow. I'm listening to you and I'm thinking how many women out there are going through what you're going through, and some are not even able to save themselves and get out of that. And it is so brave of you that you got to a point where you were able to get out and say enough is enough. I think we women need to get to a point where we say, I know it's not easy. I know I'm saying it, and I myself have struggled with getting out of a toxic relationship. Like you said, you always think there's hope. Maybe he'll change. Maybe, and it never happens. So for you, I just want to say I'm happy that you were able to find the strength within and move on and say, you know, for my sake and not for anybody else, and for you to pick yourself up. And the reason why I was asking how did you do it is because a lot of people, we don't know how to do. Now that you've mentioned YouTube, you know, there's somebody else that will know that, okay, there's content on YouTube, there's content somewhere where I'll be able to to view how to boost my self-confidence or whatever, because sometimes we need those things. We need someone to motivate us, to tell us you can do it, you are enough, especially in a world where it's always trying to oppress a person and say you're not good enough, because we're in a world that will always remind you you're not good enough. But we as a person, as people, we need to find ourselves and save ourselves before we want anybody else to save us.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you know, the effects, the post effects of gender-based violence are much more crazier than the actual violence.
Yeah.
Because not only the self-esteem, you start changing as a person, and your perception of life starts changing. You now feel like you are down there and everyone else is up there.
Yeah.
You understand? You start feeling like you are nothing. You just feel like if this person could walk all over, if I let, you know, thing is, you feel like I allowed this person to walk all over me. And now you feel like the whole world is walking all over you. Even when someone is just cracking a joke, you just feel the need to defend yourself so much because you're so used to be put down. You're so used to being put down as a person. You just want to attack. You just want to defend yourself now. It got to a point where I started being promiscuous. I would put it like that. Seeking validation.
Yeah.
I was seeking validation from men. I wanted to command respect from men. I wanted men to feel like I wanted men to make me feel like I was important.
Yeah.
I would literally sleep with anyone who was kind and said all the sweet things to me, just to hear him say, damn, you're good. You're actually amazing. You know? You good. That made me feel like, okay, I'm someone, I'm something. At least I can, you know, do that. You know? At least, yeah, I'm still the girl. You know, I'm still somewhere in this life thing. There is, other women are not better than me. I still
got it.
I still got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're like, I still got it. Wow, okay. You know? And looking at other women, I would feel jealous. It was difficult for me to tell another woman that they look pretty. I would look at her and be like, because I felt like I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, how does she get to look like this? And I look like this. I'm pretty. It's just that I feel like I'm not enough.
Not enough.
I'm used to feeling like that. I'm used to feeling like I'm not enough. Because abusive, even when you're walking in the street, he doesn't mind looking at another woman and be like, damn, You see, this is how you should look. Now you feel like you're not enough.
Sure.
You're used to it. It's in your head.
So, Lolo, with gender-based violence, a lot of people don't understand that it's so broad that even women are able to abuse other women as well. And with gender-based violence, it is like today we also have what we call cyberbullying, where people are so comfortable to be behind their phones and type whatever they want to type about a person and spread whatever videos or pictures. So Luena, girl, you trended once as the slave queen.
Yeah,
You and your friends were trending and everyone was saying everything about you. And they said that somebody left you with a 2K bill.
Girl!
And everything. So, girl, I just want to know with you, how did you feel when you saw that picture and what was actually happening at that time?
Yes, Momo, let me tell you. This story, like, is so funny to me. Like, I always laugh at this, ne? What happened was, we were with a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, not really a friend. Someone we met like a weekend ago. So we decided to go out together again.
Okay.
So this person is a friend. So my former boyfriend, my then boyfriend, was working at this Shisanyama.
Okay.
Ne? So we go there. I suggest that we go there because he and his friends are gonna go their separate ways. And we and my boyfriend live in the same area, so it's much more easier that way. That way they don't have to take us home.
Okay.
You see? And my boyfriend is there. He's a photographer there. I got there and I greeted the baby and I gave him a kiss and everything was fine. And I sat at the other table with my friends. And at that night, I felt like they were my friends because we clicked so well. Because they're such a vibe, you know? They are a vibe. Umnandi, you know? And then I'm like, okay, I want to get something to drink. And he's like, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Friend.
This guy friend. Yes. He's like, don't worry about it. And they go and they order whatever they ordered and they come back, they put them Hennessy's, you know, set like, ooh, girl. They put them.
Fill up the table.
You fill up the table.
Count the empties.
Yes.
Vibes.
It was like the vibes,
Okay.
you know. He served us and the night goes on. Next thing my guy is like, no, my friends are boring me. Let's go somewhere else. And I'm like, no, I can't go. My boyfriend is here. And I'm leaving with my boyfriend. So like if my friend don't get lonely and I wants to go with you guys, it's cool.
Okay.
You know? And he's like, no, that's not how it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna chill. Next thing, Mugai gone. Mugai disappearing act on us. And we're like, okay, it's fine, we don't care. We're out here. And his friends disappear. We don't care. Until the waitress comes with the bill. And I'm like, no. Hold up. Girl, did I order anything from you? Did you see me come to you and order anything from you? I'm not gonna pay for this. But I stood by my word. I'm not gonna. Not that I couldn't pay. I didn't want to pay for something that I didn't order. And then there are other things that were ordered. We didn't even drink. I felt like it was unfair on us. I felt like it was a planned thing. They planned it, and I was like, I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm not. If Kento I'm not gonna fall for it. And that was that. And I stood by my word. They took off our valuable clothes. Like I was wearing this nice jacket. They took it. They took my phone. It was so hectic. It was so hectic, and it was not a nice situation to be in because not so long ago I just spoke to this other celebrity about an interview that I wanted to do with him, and he was keen, and all of this is happening in his presence. He sees it, everybody can see it. It was just too hectic. The next day I'm like, we need to find this person because we don't know where he stays. So I post a picture on Facebook, and I'm like, guys, help us look for this person. This person did 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, left us with a bill, and he needs to pay for it because it's his bill. People took that picture and ran with it, and they went on I'm a slay queen. And they're like, okay, if she actually has money to pay for herself, why didn't she pay for it if she said she had money to pay for it? And I'm like, it's not fair because I didn't order anything. I felt like it was not fair on me, you know. When I said I wanted to buy something myself, I was gonna buy myself something that I know I can afford. I wouldn't buy what he bought. So you not even say he bought it because I ended up paying that bill. Me and my friend, we ended up paying that bill. But we were trending all over social media. Women were bashing us. Women were calling us names. Women, mostly women.
Yeah.
Women were telling us about how valueless we are. We're just good for nothing. Pretty faces. We're good for nothing. Pretty faces. Pretty face with no brain. Pretty face with no money. Like, wow. They were like, yeah, these guys are really pila and stuff like that. They said like so many nasty things to a point where even people from my hometown were against me. They were bashing me to people that I know personally. People that I know, not people just behind screens, people that I know on a personal level, people who know who I am and what kind of person I am. It was sad. It took me 2 weeks. I wasn't on social media. I just decided, you know what, I'm going to stay away from social media because it's too much for me to handle at the time. I felt the need to defend myself, and I posted something. I was like, guys, this is not what happened. I wrote this long post. They didn't want to hear any of that. They just kept on. Even the CIC of Black Twitter shared it. And people, now I'm talking the CIC of Black Twitter. People who follow that person, he has like, I don't know, many followers, what 50k or don't know followers, could see that and they commented on it. People retweeted that. Like the whole country, we were trending the whole country on Instagram, on people's stories. We were there. WhatsApp, we are there.
Sure.
People are calling me. People are asking. My mother comes back from work and she's telling me how disappointed she is. She doesn't even want to hear what happened for the fact that I'm that girl. I'm that girl who goes around drinking men. Every time I go out, she thinks that's what I've been doing the whole time, drinking men. And I'm like, that's not how it's been. You know, like out of all people, you know my financial status. You know that at least I can afford to buy myself a carry pack. You know, but my point is cyberbullying. You see, in my hometown, cyberbullying is called drama.
Okay.
It's called drama. So they don't say it's cyberbullying, they say it's drama.
Okay.
You understand? So it's that thing. Let's soapy.
Oh.
You're watching a soapy and yeah, it's happening. They don't think it's actually people's lives. It's actually people. They are talking to. It's people with feelings. It's real. It's not a soapy. It's not a story. It's really happening. The things that they say to people are not nje. They hit because we are human beings. Baboche. I feel like people should practice. I don't know which verse it is, but it says, "Do unto others what you would like them to do unto you." You wouldn't like it when someone says something nasty about you, body shames you on social media. People, I don't understand how people, like, I don't understand people on social media. They feel like social media is a place where they are not them. It's actually them who are typing those things. They think it's just that name who's there. Lelo K Precious posted this. Lelo K Precious is you. You are that person who typed that. You are that person who's hurting that person. There are people who commit suicide because of cyberbullying.
So here's Lelo K Precious. She dated a man who abused her.
Yeah.
She's experienced rape.
Yeah.
She's then heals herself. She starts loving her child, went through counseling, and now when you start enjoying your time with your friends, now you experience another trauma, which is cyberbullying. And now it's not only men who is abusing you, but then there's woman, there's now your mother again doubting you and everything. How did all those experience build this woman that I'm seeing today? Because the woman that I'm meeting is different from, I think, the Lelo in the past. Because when I met you before this, even the interview, I find this resilient woman. I find this strong woman who knows what she wants out of life and is going after it no matter what. How did everything bring you to this woman that we see today?
I told myself that I'm the girl.
I'm the girls.
I am the girl. I started believing in myself more than what people say. I started believing in what I think of myself than what people think of me. I started believing that even after everything that's happened, that doesn't determine who I am. I am not those experiences.
Okay.
I'm not that victim. I don't portray myself as that. I am Lelo. I am Pumelelo Kaludi. And before that, I was a woman who wanted this out of life. And no matter what, I'm gonna get that. Obviously, it's not gonna be a smooth road.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be nice in the streets. There are gonna be cars, there are gonna be trucks, there's gonna be things thrown at me. But it's up to me to decide if I want to take that and put it in my head and let that determine who I am and who I want to go, or I can just believe in me, love me, take care of me. Before I take care of everybody else, I have to take care of me. That is who I am at this point. At this point, after what a presenter's biggest fear is her name being tarnished all over social media. Like, that's your biggest fear. Like, you worry about that. That's why you don't want anything wrong with your face when you go on camera, because you don't want to be trending for all the wrong reasons. But after that, there is nothing that can get to me. After that abuse, I can never let anyone walk over me again. It cannot happen. Now I know what a toxic relationship is, and I know the signs, and I don't ignore the signs. At first, I ignored the signs. Now I don't ignore the signs. It will never happen again. It will never, ever happen again that I allow myself to be in that situation again. And I'm not gonna allow any woman that I know or that I come across to stay in that situation. What I'm trying to say is, I'm that girl I'm a feminist, basically. I believe in equality and everything, and I stand up for women. Above everything, I stand up for women. I won't keep quiet when I see a man beat a woman. I know you, I don't know you, I don't care. I will intervene.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that men, we plead with men. Men don't understand why the MAT campaign. They don't understand why we say all men are trash. They don't get it. They think we're just attacking them. We're just generalizing. We're generalizing because you watch your brother hit Mosadi Wahai and you don't say anything. We say that because your friend will drag a girl in a club because he bought her alcohol and you won't say anything. That is what makes you trash, because you are not saying anything about anything that has to do with gender-based violence. You just type it on your phones and say, we are with you, women. But in real life, you don't say anything. Not only men, but women as well. There are women who will sit there and type a very long paragraph, but in real life, they will say, why doesn't she leave? Why is she still staying? Why is she depending on a man? She wouldn't be in a situation that she is in right now. That is what makes you trash. That is me right now, being angry at the world because they act like they care. We see those who care and we appreciate you. We see those black men, we see those white men, we see those every color of men who stands up for women. We see you, but we have a problem with you who doesn't stand up for women. We have a problem with you, and it's a very serious one. And you know what? We won't apologizing for saying that you're trash, because if you don't want to be called trash and you don't want it to eat you up, then start acting like a good man and don't act like trash.
Sure, Lelo. That was so powerful. I don't even want to add anything from what you said. I think you said it all.
Thank you.
And I really hope that everyone heard you, all men, all women heard you. And with the last words would you say, and tell people also where to follow you, where to find you, and your last remarks from the show?
I would love to say that we need more platforms like this, first of all. And to the people who are watching at home, I want to say, can we be real? with ourselves.
Yeah.
All you need to do is be real with yourself. Don't lie to you. Like, that's the biggest mistake in the world. Don't lie to yourself, because when you lie to yourself, you're gonna lie to the world, and you're gonna spread the wrong message. You're gonna spread a message that you yourself don't believe in. Now, Ulelo, if you want to know more about the story time, the 2K bail, what actually happened, and if you want to know about what actually happened in depth in my relationship, my toxic relationship, please check it out on YouTube. Just search Lelo K Precious. Like, I'm the only Lelo K Precious, babes, because I'm the girl. And then on Twitter, you find me at Lelo K Precious 1 word. Instagram, Lelo_K_Precious. And then on Facebook, it's Lelo K Precious. And on MCI TV as well. You'll find me there as well. Because I'm also a presenter on MCI TV. And she's actually the first person to interview me.
Yeah, me.
In history.
It's the Miss T effect. Thank you very much, Lelo. It was such an honor to be the first person to interview you about your experiences and get into your personal life. So thank you for allowing me to get into your space and because we need such stories. I always tell people that our mess was meant to be a message. So all the mess that you've been through today is a message, and I believe that a lot of people who are listening have learned a lot from you, because you're very young. People like, she's young.
I'm young, I'm 19.
She's young. And everything that you've experienced until this far, it's unbelievable. So thank you very much. I just want to say, you are loved. You are beautiful. Never doubt that.
Thank you.
And
even
born now with your natural hair, everything, you are the girl. And I appreciate you. I appreciate women like you. And I believe that where God is about to take you is bigger than what you even think. But I believe that whatever that God has begun in your life, may He just continue it until Christ comes back. Just continue being the star that you are. Continue following your passion and pushing those boundaries. And I believe that we will be seeing you at the top, because that's where you're going.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you for being in this wonderful episode. Wow, it was, I don't even have words for it. This was a moment of reflection with Miss T, the 3rd episode. This is part 1 of gender-based violence. Until the next episode, thank you from me, Miss T, of MCI TV. See you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. As we wrap up this show, remember I said that Lelo is a poet. So enjoy this lovely poem about gender-based violence by Lelo K Precious.
Mhlane zolo ndiyazibuza kutheni ndilixhoba 4 years back ndazunywa ngomnye umfana kodwa ndasinda ndayombambisa waphuma ngebail ubomi baqhubeka yayingathi azange wathatha ubuntombi bam qho ndiyazibuza ingaba yayindifanele na le ntlungu yokuzunywa mhlawumbe bengazundibona uba bendingavezanga umzimba mhlawumbe uba bendigqume icleavage bengazondikhululisa ngamehlo agcwele ukurhala ingathi ubona inyama yempala xa ndicinga ndiyakhala xa ndivala amehlo ndiyambona ayikapholi inhliziyo yam kakhulu ngokungoba utata uhlala endikhumbuza xa kethetha nam uthi mntanam ndiyakurhalela ingathi ndithatha impilo yam ndicela utshabalala ndavelelwa inoba ndizele emhlabeni ukuzunywa andinasidima phofu nabanaso bayabulawa nalapho ndasinda ngolambisa ndathatha umfana womtswana wandiqhatha wanditshayisa inqwaba ezidakamizwa ungazibiza zohlukahlukene zininzi zigcwala imbiza nam ndavuma bendingafuni ukumbhora wayendingxolisa xa kenqanqathekile wayendiporhisa waqala wandibetha zange ndathemba mhla eqala undibetha wandidibanisa nebona bizana usibonda wathi noba ndingakhale sona andaziwa akekho zondinceda ndingunolali wasethabalisuba senditshuba umxhosa akafunwa ngabatswana senditshuba tribalism apha yingxumba kaxaka ndaphantsi ukufa ndabambisa ngemini yesibini wakhutshwa ama-judges ndawadropa wandithembisa ukutshintsha ndabhiliva sayobona abazali ngodisemba xa sibuya waqala phantsi waqala ukundibetha ndasebenza ndimondla ukwenzela ndizomthengela izidakamizwa wayevuya xa keqhunyiwe kwazi ukundithanda imali khona waqala wathi baby xa ke ndibiza ndamitha emsebenzini kwanzinyana bendidinwa ndilala emsebenzini ndasuspendwa no income ayisekho imali yezidakamizwa waqala umkhuba wandibetha umntanami waphantsi ukufa kulapho ndamshiya ndabona umntanami ezawufa ingokozala waxolisa wathi uyazisola futhi uyasithanda bendimbiza xa ndifuna ucansi okanye ndifuna ukumthuma ndazala zange wafika ukuzombona umntana sagoduka zadlula inyanga ezintathu azange azokroba ndamnyanzela wabona wandibuza uba ngowakhe umntana ndamgxotha zange saphinda sambona inhliziyo yancama kanjalo ndasinda emthunzini wokufa